Hey guys, it's Steel here. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite maps, DE Season. This is my favorite map for several reasons. One of them being it doesn't have a bunch of hiding spots like DE Train. That map really pisses me off because there are a million trains to hide under. It's not heavily CT-sided like Nuke or Inferno, where you can absolutely shut down terrorists just by uh, the map given advantages. But at the same time, it's really open. It's level. It's not like Concha or Mill where you have ridiculous angles where you don't want to aim too high or too low. I mean, this map's fairly straightforward. Um, as a brief overview here, you've got CT side on one side, you got terrorist spawning on the other side. You can either go left side or right side, which will take you to A side or the B side. You can go through middle, which splits the map in half. Taking middle on terror side can take you to either B or A, and you'll come up behind the CTs in the site. So I mean that's really good to, if you have some good strats, then you can absolutely exercise those to take over the CTs. But what I really like about this map is that you can throw smokes from T spawn over the walls that land into middle, into A site, or even into B site. And what I really like about the dynamic of this map is that, terrorists, the map is fairly even-sided if you're just going straight up at it, but if terrorists lay down the proper fakes or site executions, and they get the bomb down fast, then that really turns the tide, because CTs don't have the time to come in, rotate with their team, and defuse the bomb if the Ts overwhelm the site really quickly. So the first thing I'm going to show you on this map is I'm going to show you a few T-side strats that I've used in the past and that have worked really well, and we've won matches with huge numbers, 16-1, 16-2, 16-4, and even in CVP finals. I mean, we've used these strats and they worked amazingly. So on this strat, we called it the fast A. We'd have our opper going middle, and he would come middle and he'd just flash it back and pick it. Just normal thing that he'd do every round. Another guy comes with him. He can have a rifle. It's not really helpful if he has an op because he's going to be going up cat. When his teammate with the op is flashing out cat and middle, this guy's going to come over here and he's going to flash into upper A. When this is happening, we're going to have the other three guys. They're going to have smokes. It's important that you don't bump into each other on this, and you have to run fairly straight because it lines up the smoke. But basically what you want to do is you want to come here and you want to throw the smoke where it goes over the wall and it bounces into A site, and it goes right into elbow here. If you have 2-3 people throwing these smokes, I mean, one's bound to miss, but for the most part you're going to have 2 smokes here. What this is going to do is it's going to cut off the rotates. That means any CT that's in the A site currently is stuck in A site and they can't go anywhere. If they want to play behind this box, they risk, in case the terrorists miss their smokes, they can be gray screen. So this isn't going to be a good spot for them. And even if they do play here, I mean, they're not going to be able to do much at all. I mean, they have no rotates coming, and they're pretty much isolated in the site, and they have to fight. Or they can fall back through the smokes and wait for their teammates to rotate and retake. So on the strat, we have 3 guys throwing these smokes here and bolting it upper A. You can have 3 rifles or 2 rifles not coming up here, but the main purpose of this is to have the rifles up close. Spawn's going to be smoked off, so you don't have to worry about that, and your teammate who runs across middle is going to be flashing upper A by the time you get here. So you're turning the corner, everyone in upper's blind, that's smoked off. You don't have to worry about throwing anything. Come out with their gun out. If they're playing back in CT spawn, then you can throw a flash, and then one of the rifles can push all the way across and just maintain control of upper CT side. And rifle up here will really dominate the CTs rotating up. And with this, we have an opper coming out up here. He can pick off the rotators, and finally, the last rifle that was coming can plant the bomb safe right here. This strat is really good for several reasons. One of them is it's really fast. It catches the CTs off guard. You got the smokes cutting off the rotates, and these smokes will be landing in bloom right around the time that people are coming up the stairs here. So I mean, it's going to last for a little bit longer after you come out, which is perfect. Another good thing about it is if there's only 2 CTs in the site at most, then if you take them out, you got your 4v3, 3v3 if you trade kills. You plant the bomb here. The CTs are rotating from the opposite side of the map, and on this map, I mean, there's really long rotates from B to A and vice versa. So if you take the site over quickly and get that bomb down fast, I mean, the CTs only have 29 seconds to start the bomb to fuse if they have a kit. I mean, just running across the map kills enough time. It's really hard to retake sites on this map, especially with good plans such as this one where you can hide all the way back in dungeon and you can play even down the stairs if they're chasing you. And them chasing you will kill 5 seconds to get to you and 5 seconds back. I mean, that's plenty of time to kill. So, a recap on the strat. You have your 3 rifles or 2 rifles and an op throwing smokes that land into A site. You go through upper and you just come out, guns out immediately. One pushes across, one plants, one holds CT spawn. The other 2 guys will come middle. One will smoke up the cross, flash mid, flash cat, and pick middle, while the other guy comes across and flashes twice into upper A, and then he can take it up cat. This guy taking it up cat can stop a guy who's playing in sight from killing you. Also, he can check out cat, pit, if anyone's boosted on the roof here, he can clear all this out at the same time that people are coming out upper and making sure that there's nobody just in a horseshoe area or upper CT. And it's important to get the bomb down as fast as possible, because the earlier you plant the bomb, the less chance that the CTs have to come and retake the site because of the long rotates. I'm going to talk to you now about a default strat. We take A on it, and we work up cat. This is one of my favorite defaults because it uses a force of 3 coming up cat. Basically on the strat, we'd have one guy coming upper A. He would just sit on this railing with an op or a rifle. It doesn't matter which gun whichever he prefers. Just sits up here, waits for a push. He doesn't have to push into anything. He just chills here and makes sure that the CTs don't push down. The other guy is going to be on the far side of the map, where he can come here if he wants to throw down a smoke here and nade upper or something, shoot a few bullets, break the window on his way. He comes through vents, he can clear out jail and kill rotators, but his main job is to come out the vents and watch middle, make sure that nobody on CT side pushes up middle to flank cat. And this guy over here as well, one of the greatest flashes in this game. I mean, flash over this wall is going to blind anyone in the site. So this guy is really crucial on the default to flash over the site for the guys working up cat. So the final 3 guys, one of them with the rifle. This is a support rifle coming here. He'll throw smoke at middle so he doesn't get shot when he's crossing by an opper. If he hears them pushing up, then he can flash over and just hold them back. But his main job is to keep one flash and flash this cat when the other 2 guys, one opper and one rifle, come up the ladder, and they're going to be coming here to the door. When they get to this point, they're going to say, flash cat for me. They're going to open the door. The flash is going to pop cat. They're going to come out. Rifle's going to check this immediately, because oftentimes there's a player on CT side who will just be watching the door, and you'll be playing from here. And a flash that hits him, first place he's going to fall back to is this, because it's the safest and quickest place to fall back to. So the rifle immediately comes and checks this. He can spam his box, spam the roof, do whatever, but he's just here to clear out bucket right away. The opper can come across, he can check spawn, he can check middle from the opposite side. I mean, most CTs are expecting the oppers to be picking them from over here on the T side of it, so they're not going to be expecting a guy peeking them from the opposite side. This rifler that came out the door, he's still got his smoke, so he's going to use it on cat. I like throwing it closer to the railing rather than further back, because it's a lot harder for the CTs to see into this, to score a nade. I mean, they might hit the wall like this, and it might bounce back and not do as much damage. They can't spam in as well because they don't. It's smoked out more. If you smoke it further back, then the CTs have a better chance of spamming you. So I really like smoking it up at this railing here. With this smoke, you can do so much with the smoke. And even if you have a teammate throwing a second one for you, if you just want to work through this slowly, I mean, you can sit here, you can kill some guy who's playing in sight, you can kill rotators rotating through spawn, people peeking you from upper CT, people peeking you from horseshoe. You can stay in this box, make sure this is up close is clear. I mean, you've got so much to work with here. This guy is probably going to have both, if not one flash, to work with here. So he's just going to get in pit, he can check the roof, and he's going to post up on upper horseshoe area. Remember that the guy upper is still waiting for a push. This guy waits here because a lot of teams on CT side will play 2 rifles up close upper. One will usually be over here on this corner, and another guy will be over here or behind the sandbag type of thing. And when they see that you're working up cat, they might decide to double push into upper and just hold dungeon control. Make sure they're going to isolate upper. They know you're coming up cat. They don't want to worry about upper and cat at the same time. They're both just going to come in here, take control of upper, clear this out, make sure there's no one here. If you're posted up here, easy frag, you taking him out, and there's only one guy left. If he doesn't come down this far, then they're both just going to be looking over here. They're thinking that, okay, they're coming in sight now, they're all coming up cat, no one's coming upper, and then at that point, this guy can start working up upper and flank him. So this guy who had the smoke and was working it up at the start, he's going to post up on horseshoe, and then when the guy's working up upper, he can flash into horseshoe for him, and then quickly peek into lower, because a lot of the time there will be an upper who is rotated here watching upper, and maybe peeks out to cat. But if you're up close in his face with the rifle, then you're gonna take him out, and it's gonna be a free frag for you because you're up in his face and he can't react to it. With this being done, when you're still working up cat, even if you're in the smoke still and your teammate comes out the vent, he can just throw a smoke or a flash into sight, and this flash is going to blind anyone who's playing back here. Even up here, he's going to get blind, and this allows the rifle to push up, clear out sight, flash into horseshoe. The upper guy comes out, another rifle, the support rifle comes, he gets the bomb, he'll plant it right here. Hopefully by this time, we still have a few smokes remaining. I mean, the upper guy will have a smoke. The operator came out door will have a smoke. You can isolate sides, so you can isolate this. You can double smoke it. It'll slow down the CTs from rotating. It'll force them to go to cat. And you have this guy sitting vents, and he'll stop anyone who's coming middle to cat. And if he dies, you still got the operator who's back here. He can look into spawn, and he can look over here and pick off middle as well. So this guy's got a dynamic position as well. I mean, it really comes down to the rifle who takes the site and this upper guy to just control upper and spawn and make sure they don't come this way, because this guy with an op here is going to shut down spawn, and he's also going to shut down middle with this guy. And it's a really great strat because it's got most of the things covered. I mean, if you work it up cat, there's only so much they can do. You've got your smokes, you use your one ways. The only thing they can do to counter it is chain smoke you, and then you'll have another smoke anyways from the opera who comes out door, and you can just flash in the sight and just balls out with 3 people. And in a 3v2 here, I mean, they're really not going to play 3 people at A. So in a 3v2, make those trades, get that bomb down, and clutch as a worst case scenario. I mean, you shouldn't really be letting the CTs kill more than one of you at a time if you're coming in with guns. And I don't know how well that would work as an eco. I mean, I've used it as a solo, coming up to your cat solo on an eco with a dig, and that works fine. But to take the site on an eco like that might not work as well, because they can nade you, they can spam you, they can do so much to you. So, but it's a great default. It's a great default to work with because you can come and take a site over easily. A good thing to fake this, as well as fake the fast A, is sometimes I'll come up here, I'll come out the door, I'll have the guy in the middle, throwing the flashes and stuff. I'll come out here solo, and I'll try to work a pick in A site. And what they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, there's the smoke mid, there's the smoke at cat, they're trying to pick me at cat. They're probably doing the same thing as last round or the past 5 rounds, however long you've been running that default for. And they're going to start pulling off guys out of B, getting them out of position. So I'll come up here, I'll throw down my smoke at the railing, I'll start, shooting them, spamming them, nading spawn, flashing upper, just making presence, making them start rotating guys over. And when this is going down, my teammates are waiting outside B, walking up into it. You know, the initial guy who throws the smoke here and nades upper, he's leading in. He's just gonna walk up into it, and the other guys are gonna follow him. Maybe they all want to go upper together and take it through upper, but basically they're gonna walk all the way until they get spotted. Because until they get spotted, the CTs should probably be thinking that it's the same thing as last round, and you can just take it to B off that. I mean, it's fairly simple. It works great as a default. If your team's great with shots and the other team's unprepared on CT side, it'll work great. But if it comes down to the CTs needing strats, or sorry, the terrorists, you don't have good shots and you want good strats, I mean, the fast A, you can work this, and a great fake off of it is to throw the same smokes, have one guy commit to upper A, and try to kill off as many people as he can. Maybe he'll get one, maybe he'll get two, maybe he won't get anyone at all. But what this does is it says to the CTs, hey look, you know, we're smoking off your spawn, you're going to rotate upper CT because of that, and you're going to be rotating off of B to fill up middle, and this is going to make your B side light. So one guy commits to upper A, you have the guy still going mid with his op and flashing and smoking, and then the rest of the guys are all coming B side. Sometimes what you can do, if the CTs are playing upper CT with an op, you can shut them down by throwing this smoke, which will just land up here. I screwed it up, but you can throw it like this, and it's going to smoke off the person who's playing upper CT side, and then you should run it the entire way, because they'll notice if the one guy who's running solo upper, if he dies, then they're going to realize that, hey, it was a fake, get back to B. So these guys have to come in here right away, kill the one guy who's probably pushing down. If there's the smokes fast A, you know, his teammates will be calling, the A smokes are coming A, they're coming A. The B guy's either going to rotate safe through spawn, which is long rotate, or they're going to push through here and try to catch a flank on them. Maybe through vents, maybe through spawn. But if he pushes down, he'll get killed, and that's that. Or if he rotates spawn, then, you know, he's giving up the site to you. So you can come in, plant the bomb, get safe spots upper T side and down here in lobby and security. So, I mean, it's a great fake to use, and, I mean, from throwing everything in spawn, you're quick to rebuy. You can come here, throw the smokes, come around this side, rebuy your smoke, go B, throw your smoke upper CT side, come back, and you should have, I've done this a few times, you should have enough time to rebuy smokes, and you can either re-smoke upper, or you can just go straight through upper and not even worry about a re-smoke. I mean, there's so many ways that you can throw fakes and just fast smokes over the walls and really catch the CTs with their pants down. Those are my favorite A-taking strats. Favorite smokes as well. I mean, working out the door to come cat is great because you don't have to worry about crossing middle and getting shot. The one-way smoke cat, I accidentally strafed there. The one-way smoke cat is great as well because, you know, you can work into the site. It's like the smoke at B tunnels on Dust 2. It allows you to pick into the site. You can nade sack things. You can flash and take things, just explode on the site. So I really like the smoke. In terms of taking middle on this map, it is, if you have good strats, take middle. I mean, absolutely. You cut off the rotates. You cut the map in half. You can flank A or you can flank B. There's a great smoke. I like to throw it from here. I line my colons up on this, colons on the clock on this light here, and I stay in this corner. And if you have a teammate throwing one of these as well, then what's going to happen is it's going to bounce off the grass, it's going to land up in here, and if there's a CT playing with an op here, he's going to be smoked out. He's not going to be able to cover mid to B, mid to A. He can't do anything. Only thing he can do is make sure they don't push spawn, so maybe he'll fall back to here, or maybe he'll just double up on A, or triple up, shall I say. So the terrorists can use that smoke absolutely, push up middle and take it fences to B, or they can have guys flashing over the wall and have a guy come out through here, clear out spawn and flank A. I mean, there's so many ways you can work with the B smoke. It's a great smoke though. I mean, I love using the smoke to even if I'm not taking mid to B, you throw the smoke, it takes the CTs out of position, it stacks them on opposite sites, it pulls the rotates off, makes the CTs nervous and start wondering, are they going mid to B? Maybe I should start rotating B to double up on that, and then you can go A with it. So I mean, you can use it for so many ways. It's a dynamic smoke, and you can throw it from spawn and rebuy quickly. So that's great to use as well. I'm gonna go a little bit into playing CT side. Um, I've played A site, I've played B site, and I've even played middle. I haven't played middle in the upper leagues. I've played in Cal-IM a few seasons ago, where I just smoke this, play with a rifle, play up close. You can do so many things at middle. It's beneficial to keep middle control because it allows you to fast rotate onto A. It allows you to fast rotate onto B. So attaining middle control is really perfect. You can throw a smoke here. These are one of the better one-way smokes in the game. I mean, the terrorists really can't see into you at all, and you can peek out of it. So you can shoot them while they're crossing a cat if they're going fast a cat. And they can't see anything at all. It's like pitch black on the right side for me and bit lighter gray, but I can't see into any of this at all. So I mean, that's one of the greatest smokes in the game. What you can do with this on CT side to take middle control and upper control is you have your one guy going middle. You have two guys throwing smokes over this wall. These smokes are going to land over here at cat, and they're going to smoke up so terrorists down here can't see you. And what you're going to do with this is, since you have two smokes there, you're going to come up. One guy's going to flash mid, and he's going to double up on mid with the guy who's playing CT side of mid. Another guy's going to come through the door, and he's just going to flank through upper and clear this out. The good thing about doing this setup here is you have middle control. So if they're rushing A or if they're rushing B, you're quick to rotate. You're not coming all the way from up here to rotate to B because that'll just kill you. They're going to get the bomb down. You're going to have to rotate across the map, which takes a long time, and you're going to run out of time. So playing up here close mid allows you to make sure that the terrorists aren't coming up mid. If they're not, you can get a guy in vents and make sure they're not coming vents back to mid. And it allows you to stack sites, especially if this guy comes through the door and he comes here and he notices that there's only one guy upper A and then the rest are going B side, and this upper guy was just throwing down a fake. I mean, perfect. Rotate all your guys onto B. You're already halfway across the map. You can go through fences. You can go through vents and flank them. You can even go through T-spawn. You're up this close. So I mean, taking middle control on this map is crucial. Another common CT side setup I've seen and even used is two rifles up close upper, where you have a guy playing over here and a guy playing behind the sandbags. This works well if they like to take upper A a lot, and you have your opper rotating through here to watch cat, and then you have another guy quick rotate off of B where you can watch middle and do whatever the hell he wants to do. I mean, you really got to be careful that people don't shoot you in the back from vents, but playing dual rifle up close upper, this is a great setup to use. If they're taking up cat, then you can just isolate this by pushing in here, and you can just secure upper A, and this forces them to safe plant over here or something. They can't do this clutch plant. It limits them to clutch spots, so they have to play on cat, which is really open. They can get killed from middle or from here, people pushing up on them. They can get naded and flashback and bucket. So I mean, this is the best plant spot, and if you secure upper A dungeon, then they have to plant here or even safer towards CT spawn, and this is really beneficial for CTs to keep control of. Another strat I've seen is a rifle up close, either here or at the sandbags, and opper all the way at the back, picking upper A. And this, you just shut down upper A on this, and also, I mean, with this setup, lots of people decide to peek into cat from here and just try to hold them off cat. And I mean, this setup will work if you have good shots, but if the T's are running strats on you where they have smokes here, then you don't want to peek into them at all. You don't want to give them free kills. You want them to come to the site. I mean, over here at cat, they can't do anything until they make it into the site. Once they make it into the site, then okay, you have to stop the plant, you have to peek them. But if they're on cat, there's nothing much that they can do about it. This is why with my strat, we just take cat, and with cat under control, we can flash into upper and then help the upper guy come out. It's risky having one guy, and that's why I have a second alternate default. It's risky having one guy coming upper, because if they play dual rifles on them, then they can shut down this entire strat, and the 1-3-1 default that I was using would go to waste. But I have another strat which will counter this. It's sending 2 guys upper, 2 guys middle, an upper, and a rifle. This is an aggressive rifle. So you have the upper throwing this and a flash, pick a middle. The rifle will come flash cat, smoke it, and he can come up here. And then there's the 2 guys working upper A fast. So if the CTs are playing dual rifle and they decide, hey look, they're coming up cat, let's push into here. You have 2 guys to oppose them, trade some kills, and you're still on the upper hand, and you can play and win. So I mean, the 1-3-1 is a great setup, but if they're playing dual rifle upper, or if they're, they're just shutting you down because they're retaining control of upper and not letting you do anything with cat, then switch it up, send 2 guys upper, even 3 guys upper. You just want 1 guy coming cat, because this is the greatest spot to pick into sight. I mean, you've got your one-way smoke, you can nade, you can flash, so it's perfect. On B side, on CT side, B site, I rifle this a lot. I've played many different styles. I've played in pit a few times where I just sit up here and shoot people coming up the stairs. And on this setup, I'd have a guy playing in jail where he can watch upper and he can watch vents. And this guy would have an op, obviously, so he can just watch upper in the vents. And then I'd play in pit watching lower. I've played where I would just be listening for them to come on this grate, and then I'd throw a smoke here and play in it, where I'd jump on the spots and play in the smoke. I mean, it's up to you how to play B. There's so many spots to play from. You can switch it up. You can smoke this and then play in this area, so they're spamming the box, think you're there, and you can play here. You can play in pit with this smoke and then actually play in it, and then the next round you can play over here as well, or you can play over here or something. You can just fake them out by doing simple things like this. But the problem with playing inside the site is that you allow the terrorists to walk up on you. And you don't want that to happen, because with the long rotates, if they walk up on you and they're in the site, and then you're like, oh shit, they're in the site, and they kill you, I mean, you come here, they come here, they plant the bomb, your teammates are still rotating, and it's really hard for them to clutch it, because, right here and here, these are the only 2 spots that they can retake from, unless they flank through T-spawn, which is a bottleneck as well. And a lot of the time, what terrorists will do is they'll come on this thing, they'll throw smokes through this window, which will shut off the turnpike, and they'll have 2 guys doing that while 3 guys walk up here, and then they'll just explode on the site. CT spawn will be like shut off, so they can't do anything from there. CTs can't retake from there, and they'll come in and plant the bomb. So what I like to do, I don't like to go too aggressive, because like if I peek this, I might die, because a lot of the time there'll be an opera posted up here, and it's a free kill for an opera to just be posted here and wait for you to peek him. So what I'll do is I'll just peek this angle right here. I'll make them, if they're walking up, I'll be able to react to them and shoot them in the face. If they're running up, I'll hear them and I'll be able to pre-fire them, or I'll just like nade, flash, fall back, say B, 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 they're coming B or whatever. But if I don't know what they're doing, then I don't really want to peek and get an idea, because I'm going to be soloing at B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little safe thing. What I do a lot is, if my teammates are like, yeah, there's a couple A, and I'm not sure, I have a feeling that they're coming B, but I'm not positive. I don't want to peek because I don't want to get killed, but I don't want to rotate off A in case they do come B. What I'll do is I'll throw smoke off this, and that's just going to land in here, and then I'm going to throw a flash off this wall as well. And this is going to flash anyone up close, and I'm able to peek out anywhere here and just send the smoke and just look outside of B. So I'll be able to keep this under control. They won't be able to see into me. And if they're up close, if they have an opera up here, he's going to get flashed, he'll be falling back, he might run to the wall, and I'll get a free frag on him. So I mean, it's a great way to safely just make sure that, okay, maybe they are going A, or no, they're outside B, they're waiting out here. I just ran into like 5 of them. So, it's a great smoke, you can fall back into it. The flash allows you to push up and just get a quick peek. If you're at this point, you're in the smoke, and you don't see anyone, what I often do is, people might be waiting over here still, just like chilling over here, or waiting back here. waiting for me to push up. So what I'll do is, with my second flash, get this bucket out of the way here, I'll just throw it up over here, and I'll peek out one side, and then clear all this out. Then I can either go through vents and flank through middle, or I can flank all the way through T-spawn, and just get an early rotate on them, because I'll be able to tell my teammates, hey look, outside B's clear, this middle, this fence guy will push through, he'll control middle, and this middle guy who is over here on this side will be able to come through CT spawn and triple stack on A, and we'll have our upper and a rifle here, or a dual rifles over here. So I mean, there's so many ways to work with that. I love that spot. I love playing on the stairs and just being able to shoot down on people who are walking up, and then I can fall back. You know, I can smoke over here in pit. I can smoke over here in triple box. I can play in here. You know, there's so much I can do. I can even smoke up this over here and play in the smoke. This is a great one way. Terrorists can't see up into it because it completely blocks them off. But as a CT, anywhere in here you can see right out of it, and you can easily kill them. So I like playing in this spot. I've had a few times where I was playing over here. I've had my teammate just come lower with me at the start, ready to nade stack in case they're rushing. He's just dropped me a smoke, and he's rotated out to jail. And you know, there's so many ways you can play in smokes where you can just look out of them and they can't see you at all. So I mean, just play around with smokes. There are a bunch of great ones at this site where you can just peek out of it, spray them down, and be able to rotate out. I do like playing this spot on occasion though. I don't like playing it every round because obviously, like, I'm pinned to this corner. If they flash and start nading me and stuff, there's no way to fall back unless I cross this way here. And if I cross this, then you know I'm risking of dying because you know they could be posted up on me. So I'll only rarely play here, and I'll play out a little bit. I won't play all the way in the corner because frequently terrorists will check this. So I'll play out a little bit where, you know, if there's a T coming, he's not going to be coming out like this because he's completely exposed to lower, and he's not going to be coming out like, well, if he comes out like this checking lower, then I can, you know, he'll run into my crosshair and I'll kill him. But what I like about this spot as well is if they're walking up and they decide to start flooding flashes to lower and to upper, I can whip out a flash and just throw this, wait, throw another one, just throw it off the wall, just keep them back, and then I can peek out, spray them down, and fall back into upper, call for rotate. You know, it's a nice spot to counter flash. It really shuts them down, so I like playing this spot a lot. I used to play up here in the upper T side, and this will allow me to maintain control of this, call for a rotate when I hear them all coming in, and if they all go through lower, I can stop a bomb planter here and I can stop a bomb planter here without peeking out too far. Wide peeking's not smart because, you know, people can be posted up on you. So I mean, just peek them, kill them, fall back, say bombs down, whatever. You can play this spot, absolutely. But then again, if they walk up on you and you're only able to get at most one or two of them, then, you know, they kill you. It's a 4v5 now, 5v4, 5v3, 4v3, whatever the hell it may be. You know, they can come in here, plant the bomb, and then, you know, they have the clutch position, and your teammate's nowhere near to be able to rotate quickly and clutch them. So, I mean, playing up here is risky. If they go through lower a lot and they rush it, I mean, you can do this absolutely. But if they rush B a lot, then I mean, the best thing to do is come here with a teammate, double nade, have a smoke that lands down here, have a guy post up in it, have another guy go, have that guy go into vents to make sure they don't fall back, or even have a teammate that really likes this spot. He'll come up here and he'll just be able to shoot them if they're, you know, throwing shit from the dumpster, or if they're rotating the vents, or from vents to B. So I mean, he can play here. I've seen players through this a lot. So I mean, there's a lot of dynamic ways to play B. I just like to play solo B. I like to play at this angle or at this angle, where I can really shut down people who are walking in, or, you know, it's just a way so I have advanced notice, so I can be like, hey guys, they're coming in B. I'm upper T side. I'm flashing them back, and they'll know, okay, so they can't be far up. I'm gonna run with my knife out. I'm gonna get to this point, or wherever the hell they want to go. They can go upper CT side, and they'll peek down, and they'll be like, hey, I got your back. So I mean, this is one of my favorite spots.